Kara Zor-El, the Superwoman, issue number 2 of the Future State variety. Let's get this part out of the way. Marjorie Bennett and Marjorie Savage, a fantastic combination of brilliant writing and a really creative and cool story, mixed on top of some beautiful, astonishing art. Still holds up and is still my favorite art of the year, of a long time. I'm just obsessed with the styles of this book. The colors pop, the backgrounds are stylish and beautiful, and the characters look great and fantastic. I love everything about this book. It's right up my alley. I hope people check this one out, because I will say right now, reading the first issue, reading this one, it is officially my favorite book of Future State. It is. I loved it the most. I really enjoyed it. So we open up this book, and Linari and Kara are in the midst of a battle against her evil uncles, and they're taking her down, and everything's looking bad, and things aren't going good. And they start to come up with this really big lie. So the evil people of Linari's species, they are like, we were this feuding faction all held together by this jewel, but then Linari's people stole the jewel, and it brought us closer to war, and we were all fighting still. And then my brother, who saw this weak little girl who was so fragile and weak, he bestowed the jewel to her so she could live forever, while essentially killing him. And now we're here to take back the claim of my family. Since she killed my brother, I'm coming here to kill her. And the fight continues. Everything's looking great, and sweet line work and all the cool colors, and it's amazing. Kara just like, this girl is under my protection. You will not harm her or do any bad. And I love this a lot. There's a huge underlying theme of this book about Kara choosing a different path than the one she's chosen before, which you could look at the history of Kara and see she kind of went in a more threatening and angry filled past than her brother did. Than her cousin did. And that's something that could be explored here. And this Kara is more like, I'm going to find the peace and the calm and do what needs to be done in the mature way. But because I'm being threatened here, and because this girl is under my protection, I'm going to do the right thing. If that means beating up some of you creatures, I'm going to do it. So we get a nice splash page where Kara's beating up these creatures. She's looking great. It looks like her power is getting really intense and crazy. Like she's glowing red. All of her stuff is looking very intense and everything. So Linari's like, I can't let you go down this path. You found yourself in this new place, and you're better for it. So whatever comes next, I'm not going to let it happen to you. So we see Linari takes all the power from Kara, drains it from her, so Kara can't do anything to stop her from what's coming next. And Linari goes into a huge fight against her family. It's bloody, it's dark, it's creepy. And there's like a big explosion of light and all this bad stuff happening. And we see that Linari emerges free, and that her people are no more, or they're vanished. But her aunt, Kimara, I think is how you'd say that name, Kimara. Her Aunt Kimara, who is kind of like under the control of all this rage and hate, has found her way back to them and is going to stay with them on this new Fortress of Solitude planet area, which I'm like, that's pretty fun. That's a cool pairing. I'm very excited to see. I enjoy that a lot. So the Starfall Jewel is no more, and everything's going to be fine and beautiful and fun. So we see, the people of this planet are now working with Kara to rebuild it and make it nicer. And we kind of get like this really nice, sweet end montage where everything is just coming together very beautifully, very nicely. Everyone's working together, growing plants, building this fortress to be something beautiful and unique. And as the message kind of spreads throughout the galaxy, that these people found their solitude and have found something very positive, more people from all these races and all these places come to this new Fortress of Solitude to bring people back together. I like that idea a lot. And one of my favorite parts of this book too is that it talks about the legacy of the Kryptonian name and the Kryptonian family. So Clark's legacy is obviously different than hers, where Clark is like this symbol of hope and finding your place in the galaxy, and you can dream it, you can do it, that kind of thing. Clark is this big identity and this big feeling about finding your place and being hopeful that things can get better and aspiring to be that hope. And we see that the narration from Linari is like, that was never Kara's, the way people remembered Kara. Millennia from now, when people remember Kara as this woman, as this person, it's not like the hope that her cousin ensued. It's the peace and the forethought and all these ideas that she presented, where you can aspire to be something, you can become that thing, and you can find it in a peaceful, regarding manner, in this Eden pretty much, and that's where you'll find yourself and your peace. And I like that a lot. I think that's a really fantastic angle that I'm glad somebody took with Kara. Clark is all about, the hope, the aspiration part of things. You can dream. I just said it, right? You can go down that route, and as long as you have that hope and that connection, you can find yourself. But Kara is more like having all these struggles, even being in the shadow of your cousin, having that anger fueled up inside you, needing to find your place to calm down. Her message at the end of her life can be this thing of peace, which I think is really nice and really powerful. Absolutely amazing. And like I said, the artwork in this book really exemplifies something beautiful about that, like this angelic, bright colored like visions, very gem looking, very I'm trying to find the right way to describe it, but angelic comes to my mind for some reason. It's just like this very beautiful, polished piece that I just really enjoy the way it looks. So we see the final days of Kara Zor-El, which I like. She's there for a friend, and she's getting older, and just like the message starts to grow longer. People are finding their peace in this world, and it's like this eternal garden of finding your hope and your power, and I like that a lot. It was just really nice and a really sweet book. And we see at the very end of the book, there is an actual conclusion to this. Kara, in like the far future, millennia from now, has passed away, and she is buried next to Krypto. And the lessons of finding your peace have been taught to these people. I really, really enjoyed this book. It's probably, out of a lot of the Future State ones, it's the one I'm going to go back to and look on very fondly, because I'm like, this is a great story for Kara. I'm not my cousin. I can be my own woman. I found my new place in the galaxy, and if it's being threatened by these people, I have to step out of there. I'm going to do it under my terms. It shows her relationship with Krypto really well. It's a very fascinating study of a character who I've come to enjoy immensely, and I just love Kara. I just think this is a really great story for her, a really fantastic point of view to give you a new look on this kind of character, and the artwork is so stunning. It is going to take your breath away, each page, each story. Man, it's cool. I loved every second of this, and I hope more people check this out. I'm not sure what the sales are on this book in particular. If I had to guess, there's probably going to be a lot of people out there that are like, I can pass on this one. It's a silly Kara book. Like, who really needs it? But I'm telling you, it's heartfelt. It's heartwarming. It's going to leave you going, I believe in this character. I believe in this team. I love everything about this. It's going to make you smile and just feel great about liking comic books, man. Absolutely fun. I love this a lot. A really, really pleasant story about Kara Zor-El finding her place in a galaxy and helping those that need help while still maintaining herself as Superwoman. I think that's great, and I encourage you all to check it out. So, Kara Zor-El Superwoman issue number 2, I am going to give a 10 out of 10. This is it. This is officially my favorite book of the Future State variety. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.